guys, GoBlue117, and I'm back for some more Fire Emblem 7. So we're going to be doing Chapter 13 in these next two videos, and we're going to actually enter Santa Ruz, having just fended off the attack of Marcus Santa Ruz, and Epiphetal. I keep wanting to say Epiphetal, but I think it's just Epiphetal, so I'm probably going to say that wrong most of the time that we see him, but anyway. Got one more attack before we finally reach Castle Santa Ruz, or Santa Ruz Castle, whatever. And it seems like the Marcus is not pleased with what went on. Apparently he did not want to kill us. But Epiphetal decided that he would take matters into his own hands. And he's going to again. It looks like he's just wounded Marcus Santa Ruz very badly. So we're going to have to get to the castle in a hurry and hopefully save him. But what a shock. We've been invaded, or attacked again. And it looks like it's a knight this time. Or I didn't check I don't know if it showed him riding up on the map, but... Oh no, it is a knight. Okay. And in this chapter, we're actually going to recruit a unit for the first time since Chapter 4, and we're not going to get quite as much of a hint. They're not going to walk us through it, but we get a pretty big hint of how we're supposed to recruit this guy, and this guy's name is actually Guy. So he is a Myrmidon, so pretty much a sword user. And he said something about Matthew helping him, so it sounds like we're going to need to use Matthew to recruit him. So, and that's going to be kind of an issue. First thing you want to do, though, and this is just as important as recruiting Matthew, take some unit. I'm going to use Marcus. Go get that village. That village is very important. If you don't go to that village, you're not going to be able to do a certain side quest. It's going to get you a lot of experience and a new unit. So make sure you just go to that village, preferably with a mounted unit, because then you can get back quicker. But if you have no interest in recruiting Guy, then I guess you could probably use Matthew, since he's not going to be really taking part in the battle. But the issue with recruiting Guy is that Guy has a killing edge, which I think is the first one we've seen in the game at all. And it is a sword that has a very high critical rate, like higher than Eliwood's rapier. I think that when Guy wields it, it has about a 30% critical rate, which is very high. And as you know, critical rates do 3 times the damage, so if he criticals the wrong person, he can easily kill them, especially with some of our weak units. And since he is a Myrmidon, Myrmidons have incredibly high speed. He's going to double quite a few of the units, so it could be an issue. So it's your issue just if you want to kill him in general. If your only goal is to kill him, and you don't care about recruiting him, but for recruiting him, you want to make sure that you don't kill him. So you have to take a unit that is weak enough that they won't kill Guy, but strong enough that they won't die. So usually the best course of action is to, what I think I'm going to do is take Oswin and just unequip his weapon so he cannot attack. And Oswin's defense should hopefully be enough that he does not kill Guy. and then I can come in when it's my turn again to talk to him with Matthew, because what you need to do is lure him out with one strong unit. Otherwise, if he just gets his choice, he's going to go at one of your healers or something, or a weak unit, and it's going to be the end of that unit, and you're probably going to have to start the chapter over, or just deal with it, not having that unit for the rest of the game. So that can be a little tricky. And we're also going to have a bunch of reinforcements coming from 2 fortresses down to the southeast of the map right before we get to Guy. So my advice would probably be just to take it as slow as you can and not worry so much about getting through the chapter really quickly. And I'm actually going to show Matthew off in combat for I think the first time, at least in quite a while, maybe in the game. I don't remember if I had him battle anybody before. But Matthew is the only unit besides Hector that you get if you do Hector's quest in Chapter 11. Just on a little side note, you only get 2 units to start out. You get Hector and Matthew, both of... Well, Hector at level 1, Matthew, whatever level you had him at before, but since you got him in Chapter 7 as a thief who's not very strong, and there was not really a reason to bring him to most of the chapters, and I think he even, on one of the chapters, couldn't go, you could not choose him, so you didn't have a lot of time to level him up, so it's not like you're going to have him at level 9, so 2 pretty weak units in a whole chapter, but it's not particularly hard, and it helps you get a lot of experience, especially if you want to use Matthew in the long term and class him up. But if we go to this village with Marcus, you're going to get a torch, but more importantly, you're going to talk to Merlinus, who is a traveling merchant, and just by talking to him, he didn't really even notice you, but that is going to activate a side quest for right after this chapter, so we're going to have a Chapter 13 side quest. And from this village, right here, we're going to get a mine. Now, a mine you place on a square. Alright, sorry guys. I just had a video glitch, so I'm back. But anyway, I was talking about a mine. So you place it on a square, and if either an allied unit or an enemy unit lands on it, they get some damage taken off of it. So it can be very advantageous if you want to kill a strong unit that moves. Like, you could possibly even use it on Guy, I guess, because once they hit it, they stop there and it ends their turn, so they can't attack. But I would be I don't know how much damage it does exactly, so I would be worried about killing Guy. It probably wouldn't happen, but I'd be a little worried about it. I mean, definitely it'd be worth trying, though, if you're willing to restart the chapter, which we're not that far into anyway. We're like, 8 minutes in, so not that big of a deal. But what I'm going to use it for is I'm actually going to use it later in a side quest, not the Chapter 13 side quest, but a different one. And it's going to be very, very helpful in defeating a boss. So I would say that for what I'm going to use it for, but if you're having trouble recruiting Guy and you really want to get him, then by all means go ahead and try using that. Just be warned that since there are so many units, and at least I don't know how to predict which units move first. Maybe there is a way to predict it, but you can see there are like, I see 8. Well, there's Guy and then 7 other enemy units that are closer to us. So it'd be pretty easy to accidentally just use it on somebody else without meaning to, and then you just wasted it. So my advice would be just to save it. But now I'm trying to figure out how to kill all these guys safely without getting Guy involved in the battle. And Dorcas still has that Iron Lance. I keep meaning to give it to Lowen, but I don't want to waste Dorcas' turn at this point. So I'll do it later. It's not like the Lowen's going to run out of his Javelin anyway. Since I'm not really using Lowen, it doesn't really matter if I waste his Javelin more than I need to. Let's see. Okay. I wish one of my units could double besides Eliwood, because Eliwood probably wouldn't survive getting attacked like 4 times. But I guess that took care of that I don't know, was that a bandit or? Yeah, I guess that must have been a bandit. Why there are random bandits working with the enemy, I don't know. Doesn't make sense that they'd be working with a bunch of soldiers. Or whatever. Looks like Lowen can take care of him. But I'd rather use... I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to have Matthew run away. I'm going to take all my weak units and kind of run away with them. Just to make sure, and I'm going to try and lure these guys out. And then just destroy them all. But that might take a while. I'm probably going to just cut this video at about 15 minutes, maybe a little more. And then hopefully the second video for the second part of this chapter will be not terribly long, but not terribly short either. Can you? No, you cannot. How about Lowen? Can Lowen kill him? Yes, he can. Will Lowen kill him? Oh, I guess they're all bandits. I didn't even check to see if the archers were bandits too. Well, I gotta think that the lance users aren't bandits. I don't know, maybe... Oh, I guess they are. Okay, whatever. Don't listen to me, I'm just raving. Let's go ahead and kill you, because Eliwood will be perfectly safe in the forest. Hoping the reinforcements eventually stop. From down there, because they're getting really annoying. So I want to just break through, because once we get past the bridge, the chapter is pretty much over. Because there are like, what, 4 units or something, and then the boss. And the boss is pretty easy. I mean, just take an axe unit, a couple battles, end of chapter. Oh, Matthew, can you kill this archer? No, not even close. Dorcas can kill him, but he probably will miss at least once. But it's worth trying. Come on, Dorcas. Ah. Okay, well I can kill with Matthew then. Why not? I'll do it with Hector. Oh, come on, Hector. Okay, good. If Hector missed twice, I would have been in bad shape. Or maybe not bad shape, but in worse shape than I am right now. Because now I can at least move up a little bit. And I don't think anybody really needs healing. And I will just give you all that. So, yeah, I'm giving away all of Oswin's weapons so that he can't re-attack. I could probably just unequip it and just go to the item screen and click unequip, but that has happened to me where I've unequipped one weapon where, like, Oswin said too, like he had the Iron Lance and the Javelin, And I've unequipped one, and it'll just automatically equip the other one. So I don't want to take that risk when it's not really necessary for me to do so. And just you. Okay, so I'll probably heal Eliwood in a second here.